Hello everyone, Reaper here again, and I'm about to shoot my comic haul video 2. I know this one's been a long time in the making. It's been well over a month since my last comic haul video, so I got quite a few books here. And I'm going to be doing my next comic haul video in a couple of weeks right after the New York Comic Con. I have a couple books planned. It's definitely going to be a Halloween themed haul, and any books that are not horror or something Halloween themed, not necessarily Halloween storyline, but something to do with creepy characters. That's the basis of my next comic haul video. But any books that I get at the Comic-Con that does not fit that criteria will have a separate video. But without further ado, let's get into my second comic haul video. Death of Wolverine #1. I think tomorrow number 3 comes out. But I also picked up the variant. And like I said, I think number 3 comes out. Okay, wait, before I get that, here's the other variant. But number 3 I think comes out tomorrow, but we have number 2 right here to complement that. And I have a variant. Now, I'm not quite certain if these are all the variants. I usually don't collect variants. You know, that's really like a new thing. At my local comic book store, the guy just happened to have these, and I picked them up. But I usually do not go looking for variants. You know, if I wanted to get the Death of Wolverine, if they didn't have this or the other variant, I would have been just happy with that. But he had them, so I picked them up. And if he has them again tomorrow, I'll pick those up too. So, Death of Wolverine 1 and 2. Batman, Shadow of the Bat #1. This is the first appearance of Victor Zsasz. Now, this originally came in a bag, and when I purchased this for the pricey $1, it had the bag, but it was slit open at the top, so I figured, you know, what the hell, just take the comic out. It came with a bunch of stuff like, I think cards and some other crap. But everything's included. I put everything in here. You can't see it, but you see how thick it is over here? Well, that's because the stuff that came in the original bagged copy of this is tucked between the boards, along with the bag. So yeah, now I'm really trying to build my DC collection, and trying to, in particular Batman. I really am not a fan of Superman. I have no interest in collecting Superman books. But I am interested in Batman, and as much as I can. I can't get them all because, you know, a lot of the ones that I would like to have, there's no way in hell I could afford, like, you know, some of those earlier Batmans and Detective Comics, of course. But stuff like this, like First Appearance of Zsasz and a few others, yeah, these are more manageable. So, got that for a cool $1. The Toys R Us reprint of Detective Comics 38. This is the only chance I'm ever going to have to own a Detective Comics 38. So I saw this. I went to my local comic book store. He was selling it for $5. I've seen these sell on eBay for $20 and more. And I saw it for $5 at my local comic book store, and I said, hey, what the hell? This is probably be a good buy. I read it, and boy, did it suck. Believe me, this was worth the $5, but I feel sorry for anyone that paid more than that. Detective Comics 829. I believe I also picked this up at the same store the same day that I got that Detective Comics 38 reprint. I believe this is the first appearance of the new ventriloquist, not the original one that showed up many issues earlier. But, yeah, it's a really cool cover. I like it. But, yeah, this is the first appearance of the new ventriloquist. His name escapes me right now. Please forgive me, I'm just getting into Batman. Detective Comics 629. This is the first time Blackgate Prison appears in comics. I attempted to get the first appearance of Arkham Asylum the very same day I picked this up. The guy had a really, like a 4.0 copy, and he wanted to sell it to me for 25 bucks. Now, maybe some of you out there might think that, hey, that was a pretty good deal. Well, not for me. For 4.0, I wouldn't spend more than $10 on it, but I will try to get the first appearance of Arkham Asylum in the future for a good price. And a good decent copy, too. On the same run, I picked up this. Detective Comics 483. This is the first appearance of Maxie Zeus. I never even knew he was a real villain until I saw the animated series where they had, I think it was called Fire from Olympus, where they featured him as the main villain of that episode. I thought that character was funny as hell. I just loved the way he talked to people as if he was really Zeus. I'm not quite sure if he acted that way in the comics to that extent, but I have yet to read several Maxie Zeus stories. But this is his first appearance, Detective 483. Thought that was a really good buy. Nice find. Oh, let me start with this one. Walking Dead 98, and then we got, let me try to get these so they don't fall down. Walking Dead 100. They look, if you just glance at this, at these two, they almost look the same, but they're not, thankfully. This issue right here, this is the death of Abraham. He dies, I think on the second page or first page, 1, 2, 3. And this is the first appearance of a major villain called Negan and the death of Glenn. This also has a variety of variant covers. I'll eventually get them. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm not really big into variant covers. I'm very happy with just first prints, and I call it a day. But I might get it just because it's Walking Dead, and they got quite a few cool covers, but we'll see. Just not ready to spend $8 a pop at them. X-Men 53. This would not be a video if I didn't have some X-Men stuff. To be quite frank, well, to be quite honest, these are, let me show you this one, next one. X-Men 56. These are the only X-Men books I have for this video. Some of you are probably so sick to death of me talking about X-Men and all that stuff. Well, if that's the case, your wish is about to come true. I'm not going to be doing any more X-Men for a while. I'm not going to be actually collecting X-Men, for a while. There are still some issues I'd like to get, but nothing really that pressing. The last video where I acquired X-Men number 2 and X-Men number 4, which took me 20 years to get, and before that I got X-Men number 1 and several other X-Men issues. I think I'm pretty satisfied with my X-Men collection right now. Yeah, there are always more to get, but they're really no rush. But these are the last 2 X-Men books I'm going to be getting for a long time. Gotta make room for my new DC habit. Okay, let's get into some Daredevil. I got this for $2. Now, it's not in mint shape, but what did I give it? I think it's at least a 7.5. I thought this was a really good deal. This is the death of Elektra. In my last comic book haul video, I managed to pick up the first appearance of Elektra. So I wanted to, get a couple more books. This was really good. I really liked Frank Miller, and this story was really good. Really surreal. Daredevil 132. This is the second appearance of Bullseye. And Daredevil 131. The first appearance of Bullseye. I've wanted this book for a real long time too, but I never really got into it because it's Daredevil, and I'm not a real big Daredevil fan, but there were always a few books that I would wanted to get, just never got around to. But yeah. This was a book that I've always wanted to get for a while, and I managed to get it. So, 2 Bullseye appearances, the death of Elektra, and in the last video, the first appearance of Elektra. There's a couple more I might want to get, but not too many. Alright, now we're boiling down to the nitty-gritty. Like I said, I've been, sorry for about the blur. I'm filming this on a different device than what I usually film my videos on. The Killing Joke by Alan Moore. I must say, I'm not a real big Alan Moore fan. I know a lot of people out there, they swear by him, they've been influenced by him, like other people in the field, and even fans really, really like him, and that's cool. I understand that. Perfectly understand that. He's a talented writer, but he just really doesn't do it for me. Despite that, I did like this story. I was eager to, this is first print, by the way. I was very eager to read this story. You know, it's a very it's a classic story. Joker paralyzes Batgirl, excuse me. And I thought it was really written well. I have the Watchmen comics. I just can't get into them. They're just not my thing. And yeah, so I don't know. Hope I don't get too much hate from all of you because I don't like Alan Moore that much, but I do like The Killing Joke very much. Thought it was a really good story. It was a page-turner for me. But this was the only thing that I really enjoyed from him. I'm not interested in any of his Swamp Thing stuff. Or, like I said, I have The Watchmen. That's another one of his famous pieces of work. Not impressed by The Watchmen at all. Not impressed. But this was really good. Really like The Killing Joke. Okay. A couple other finds. Howard the Duck 13, which is the first full appearance of Kiss in comics. Howard the Duck 12, the cameo appearance of Kiss in comics. Howard the Duck number 1, the first appearance of Beverly Switchler, whatever the hell her name is. Yeah, I guess I sort of, when, you know, Howard the Duck showed up at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, oh my god, I gotta quickly get the Howard the Duck related stuff. So, I did. Still not going to be collecting a lot of the other Guardian stuff out there, like Star-Lord and Gamora. I'm not really interested in collecting those books. Plus, they're really, really pricey, and I have other books in mind that I'd like to get way ahead of those. But before I put these down, let me just show you this one. Like I said, I tried to quickly get the first appearance of Howard the Duck, and this is it. Adventure into Fear, number 19. Pretty cool book. You know, it's alright. I know Man-Thing is popular. I know almost nothing about Man-Thing. I've always been more of a Swamp Thing fan than Man-Thing. I think Man-Thing came out before Swamp Thing, but it's still pretty. He's still pretty cool. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, because I think the battery on this is dying. Iron Man 55. This was a major pickup for me. For, as you know, out there, first appearance of Drax. Now, that's not, you know, like I said, I know he's a Guardian of the Galaxy, and I just said I'm not going to be collecting Guardian of the Galaxy stuff, but I wanted to get this one. I like Thanos, which is also his first appearance. Thanos is going to be in Avengers 3, from what I've been reading on the internet, not Avengers 2. But I've always wanted this book, and I was very happy to get it in this condition. I think it's a 7.0, the way I graded it. Now let me show you the last book of this video. Very proud of it. Ta-da! As soon as it focuses, you can see it. Detective Comics 359 6.0, the first appearance of Batgirl. Yes, this is a really cool book and a really good grade, a solid find. Very happy to get this book and add it to my DC collection. Like I said, I'm trying to build my DC collection, in particular Batman, and this is a really big title, and I was very happy to get it. Well, everyone, I'm closing shop now because I think the battery's going to die pretty soon, but there will be a Halloween video in a couple of weeks. I have some major books to show you, so please stay tuned. I'm not going to tell you what the books are, but I'll give you a hint. Like I said, horror themed and all that stuff. It has to deal with demons, zombies, and creatures. So I'll leave you with that. Thanks again for watching my video. I really appreciate all of you watching my videos and putting up with my boring banter and all that stuff. But see you soon, and thank you. Good night.